former lead singer of Van Halen. He's singing on this bluegrass Van Halen tribute CD, Strumming with the Devil, the southern side of Van Halen, which is in stores now. Please welcome the mighty David Lee Roth, everybody. Welcome. How the heck are you, sir?
This is the best day of my life.
The best day of your life?
Yes.
This is fantastic. Why? What happened?
Well, turns out Edie Falco doesn't look like anybody's wife, huh?
No.
Much less Tony Soprano.
No, I don't. I didn't want to say that, but you think, come on, she's a little kind of...
No, usually it comes the opposite way. People say, wow, I thought you were much taller and much better looking. But now that I see you live, it's the opposite with her.
You saying this to me about Edie Falco?
Well.
All right. Hey, David. See, is this the first time a guy who's being covered by a tribute band actually plays with the tribute band? Has that ever happened before?
You're probably thinking, who better to sing my praises than myself?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah. A tribute to yourself.
This music is as familiar as my country, 'tis a Purple Mountains. And most of the musicians who grew up on this kind of music, all right? The fellas who played all of this had two record collections. They have the country and the bluegrass, and they also had the rock and roll. So it made kind of a summertime sense.
How come when you were playing with Van Halen, you guys never did any bluegrass numbers? That'd have been good.
Well, we came close. You know, there was friction early in the band.
Was there any friction with you and the guys in Van Halen? I don't recall ever hearing anything about that.
There was constant friction.
Really?
Are you kidding?
Well, I thought it was just a publicity stunt. No, you guys really don't get along?
There was constant fighting, and out of that comes the sparks that make that kind of conflict music. You were talking earlier about where's the tension? Where's the conflict?
That's true in that play. Did you ever see that play, Night Mother?
I did not.
No, what happens? The woman comes on and says, I'm going to kill myself. You sit there for an hour and a half, then she kills herself.
Okay, well, that sounds a lot like most rock and roll tunes. You kind of know right where it's going, and with our music, there was always that bittersweet.
Yeah, well, great. Now, any chance of a Van Halen reunion?
I kind of think it's inevitable.
Really?
Oh, sure. Our camps are in touch with each other pretty frequently, and as far as I know, Eddie is finding himself. He may be a little farther away than we thought.
Right.
In 20 years. But
how long is it since you guys played together?
Well, we played. There was the Halen of Van Halen when we did the reunion on MTV. So we played then, and it sounded stellar. It sounded just like us.
Yeah. Hey, no.
Hey, after the 80s, that's an accomplishment.
You know, it's true. Making it through the 80s was like, it was hard work. A lot of the kids don't understand that about getting through the 1980s. It requires some stick-to-itiveness.
I haven't been to sleep since 1988.
Yeah, I tell you. I went out for a drink 1979, 1992, woke up in rehab. That's pretty much what I had. It was like,
Well, the 80s were a great decade, and it was about 3 years shorter than most decades because it was up all night.
Yeah, it's true. There was so much. Here, tell me about the radio thing.
Oh, you read about when I was king of radio for 3 months.
Howard Stern went to... And what happened?
Is my life not like a Simpsons episode? Okay?
Yeah, well, you know...
For 3 months, you know, I was doing the radio there. Yeah. And we've got a great lawsuit brewing. You know, the fellas who came on after me. CBS, coincidentally.
Oh, great. Let's not talk about that. Really? Are you suing CBS?
Oh, yeah. I hired Darth Vader and Sons as my attorney.
Come here. CBS don't have any money.
Well, we'll do our best to root around.
That's what they tell me anyway. Oh, we don't have any money. Just keep doing it.
The automobiles.
Yeah.
But the fellows who followed me are a great show and had been in business for a long time. And I think I was most likely to create a diversion. So for 3 months, I did the greatest seat in American radio.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing. Now I'm going to be the mayor of Nashville.
Really? Really?
actually, today we just got an email, I think it was from Great American Country Channel, and they want us to go and play in front of 60,000 in 4th of July. So
really? In Nashville?
Yeah, right in the heart of it. So
what are you going to do in Nashville then? Are you going to actually be the mayor? I can't keep up with you, pal.
No, it's poetry. The fellas who play on the band here are all going to be
the tribute band are going to. Because I think in Van Halen, or are you actually going to be the mayor of Nashville?
No.
Or
no,
all right.
I don't think I'll be seeking public office anytime.
Why not? Why not, Dave? Think it through. California, we like a celebrity. We like a celebrity.
You're absolutely right.
We like it here. We like a big charismatic figure to run things.
I've got a pretty colorful checkered past here, man.
Yeah, that would never work in politics. Now listen, didn't I hear about you that you also worked as a paramedic for a while in New York?
I'm a certified EMT. I'm emergency medical tech in New York.
Yeah, what happened? How come you did that? That's kind of not show business.
Okay, right before this episode of The Simpsons, when I got into radio, about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I got myself a flat in the Lower East Side, and I called it Ludlow University, which is where I was living at the time. Yeah. And I went back to school. And in my family, my pop was a doctor, and, you know, there always was in the
drugs
family.
Available? Yeah. It's where my head goes. I hear doctor, I think medication.
And I probably made a little over 200 visits. You know, I was in the back of the ambulance.
That's fantastic. Good for you.
Worked all the boroughs and everything. I only was recognized maybe 3-4 times out of 200 calls for 911.
That's got to be weird, though, if you're kind of like, you know, you're coming off a motorcycle or something, you go, oh,
that's
David Lee Roth! Oh! Oh!
Well, that's exactly what happened. And we pulled his helmet off, and he was just starting to seriously.
Really?
And he started to come back. He was just reaching consciousness again, and he goes, "Are you who I think you are?" He was in the middle of the street like this, and I leaned over and I said to him, "Hey, pal, I'm the guy who partied with Eddie Van Halen and lived to tell about it. Who better to tell you you're going to be just fine."
That's great. That's great. David Lee Roth, everybody. We'll be right back with a bluegrass performance. They raised a bluegrass version of Jump. Please welcome David Lee Roth, everybody.
Me down. You got it tough. I've seen a tougher star.